Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dr. Jake. Today I'm going to be reacting to Katya Zamolodchikova's I'm Not a Doctor Episode 2. But before we start, I am a doctor, but I'm not your doctor, and nothing that I say should be taken as medical advice. Let's get started.
I'm not a real doctor,
But I am.
but I am a professional female bodybuilder, and I'm also a hypochondriac. I have extraordinarily foul-smelling farts.
When I think about disgusting smelling farts, the first thing that I think about is lactose intolerance. Many people will develop lactose intolerance in their lives, and when your body can't digest lactose, it relies on the bacteria in your gut to do it. And guess what? The bacteria in your gut, they make gas. You can't blame them.
Get a parrot, okay? Because not only do they repeat back to you certain catchphrases that you might be fond of, but they also suck the methane gas from your anus and use that to fluff up and brighten their feathers.
Well, that's not accurate. Parrots and other birds carry a number of infectious diseases, the number one that I know of being chlamydia psittaci. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Doctors sort of pronounce things however they want and then hope that everybody else agrees. If you say it loud enough, everyone will just say it the way you did.
I would stay away from fruits, vegetables, grains, all dairy products, fully vegetarian. I would probably just drink Ensure.
So don't eat it all. She actually got pretty close to providing actual good medical advice there. I was almost impressed until she crossed out nearly every food in existence. The big foods that are going to cause farts are number one, lactose if you're lactose intolerant, and number two, fatty foods. You can sort of overload your body's digestive system with fats to the point that they can't digest them. So I generally suggest that people avoid super fatty foods if they don't want to fart.
And then throw it up.
No, vomiting is not going to help you not fart.
You get a whole bunch of potpourri satchels, okay? And you just stick them in your mouth until they get real soaking wet.
I'm pretty sure that sucking on potpourri is not a good idea. Don't do that. That's not even medical advice. It's just personal advice. Don't do that.
My husband frequently suffers from erectile dysfunction, and we've tried everything. Men are very visual. Men are turned on by what they see. Go to Kinkos, okay? And I would print out 8x10 glossy photographs of Paulina Poroskova, and you just plaster them all over your bedroom, on the walls, printed on pillowcases, on the comforter.
There are two types of erectile dysfunction. That's how we typically categorize it into psychogenic erectile dysfunction and physiologic erectile dysfunction. So psychogenic is essentially when you can't get it up because of something in your mind that's going on. Physiologic erectile dysfunction is when you have a body problem that essentially makes it impossible for you to have an erection. Uncontrolled diabetes is one of the most common ones, and so a lot of the time before a patient gets Viagra, what I would suggest is that they actually try to get their diabetes under control with insulin, with exercise, with better diet. If you're waking up having erections in the morning, that means that you probably don't have a physiologic problem that's stopping you from getting erections. In fact, you are having a psychological issue that's making you unable to have an erection. That being said, treating the psychological reasons that you might not have an erection is quite hard. Therapy is a good way to go, at least to start, but sometimes it's just that you're not turned on by your partner.
Either that or he'll just fall asleep, and then I guess two birds, one stone. Okay, next one.
I love that they put smoke break up there because smoking is another thing that can cause you to have difficulty getting erections. Stop smoking.
Dear Katya, why do I love having the flu?
I don't know a single person who loves having the flu. The flu feels awful. It literally kills people.
Every time I go horseback riding, I get a warm, tingling sensation in my crotch. It's very pleasurable, but really confusing. I've ruined 3 expensive pairs of Ralph Lauren riding pants. So what you are suffering from is the elusive, mysterious female orgasm.
Physically getting wet from riding a horse may not be an orgasm. You may actually have suffered a small injury to the lining of your vagina.
And remember, spirituality is the only true remedy for all physical ailments.
I would generally recommend medicine for physical ailments, but I get that. She's not a doctor. I hope you had fun. I'm loving this series. Probably am going to react to it more in the near future. So if you had a good time, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my videos and click that bell so you can be notified about any new videos that I post. Until next time, toodaloo, 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 toodaloo.